Hello there lovely people of YouTube, my name is Katy and you're watching my channel Superconsole. Today I'm going to be talking to you about Xbox's newly revealed Project Scorpio. The specs are now out, but I'm going to be talking about why I think they really don't matter, as impressive as they are. Now, I'm not about to go into major detail about Project Scorpio's specs because you can easily look that up with a much better explanation of what it's all about on Eurogamer or Digital Foundry. I'd really recommend reading their articles. They did some extensive work uncovering all the specs and what it truly means on their website, so please go check that out if you are interested. Now, before we start, a very quick caveat in that I totally appreciate that I am not the target market for Xbox's Project Scorpio. You know, I don't own a 4K TV, I don't have an Xbox One nor a big digital library of Xbox games that I want to play. You know, I'm not particularly into Halo, and I haven't had an Xbox console since the 360, which Red Ring of Death during a very lengthy playthrough of Fable 3, which I lost everything for because I didn't save. And that still that burnt me, and it still stays with me. But, you know, I totally understand the mindset of Xbox fans right now, and I can see who the target audience is, and those are people who do have an Xbox One, who are absolutely loving it right now, but are feeling a bit jaded by, you know, the lack of exclusives and games kind of coming out for the console right now. They're also feeling a bit left behind with PlayStation 4 Pro having 4K support, and they're looking forward to Scorpio to give them that spec powerhouse that they've been waiting for. But in no way do I think Xbox is having an identity crisis, nor do I think that there isn't an audience for Project Scorpio. There is. It's totally the people who have 4K TVs who really want to benefit from their investment. It's the Xbox fans who've got a big library of digital games and looking forward to the next kind of beefy rendition of their favourite Xbox titles like Halo and Gears of War. I totally see that, and I know who you all are, and I understand why you'd be excited about Project Scorpio. However, do I think this is the right move for Microsoft right now? I guess it's the only move from Microsoft right now, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's a good one, unless they can pull the content out of the bag, and this is why. Now, my problem is, as Nintendo learned with the Wii U, in order to have a successful console, you can't just rely on amazing first-party exclusives. You know, the Wii U tried to do that, it didn't work so well. What you need is ongoing support from third-party developers. You need to be that console with all the multiplats. That was something that Xbox did really well in the 360 days. But Xbox needs to learn through Project Scorpio that third parties are really important, but at the same time they will never be the best thing for Project Scorpio in order to show off its manpower. Because let's face it, as soon as you get a game which is compatible across PS4, PC, maybe even Nintendo Switch, and okay, hopefully PS4 Pro, it's going to have to downgrade a bit, and it will never show the potential specs and power and beautiful graphics that Project Scorpio can support, purely because it needs to be compatible across all of those platforms. Okay, it might look a bit better, but it won't look wildly different. And it's right that only real Xbox exclusives are going to anyway push the hardware. But as we know, there's only so many games an internal first-party studio can push out a year, which means that it really does need the backing of third-party developers or devs and studios who are willing to take a punt and produce a game exclusive to Xbox Project Scorpio, which is a risky thing right now. But as we said earlier, there is a difference between Xbox exclusives and Microsoft exclusives, because under this new Universal Windows application umbrella comes the potential to have Windows 10 exclusives alongside Xbox exclusives. The mid-generation period is always an interesting time for a console to release, but I think if Microsoft can really pull all the games out of the bag at E3, it might stand a fighting chance. If it doesn't, and it's a really expensive 4K machine, I'm just not so sure. At this point, there are so many more exclusives available on the PS4 that the PS4 Pro, despite not being as powerful as the Xbox Project Scorpio, is probably your best bet. But for me, it's all about the content, and if Xbox can't bring that E3, then I'm just not so sure what the point is of this system, what it's really going to bring that the PS4 Pro can't, which isn't just a few more teraflops. Are you excited for Xbox's Project Scorpio? What are your thoughts on 4K gaming and the system? I'd love to hear from you, be it positive or negative thoughts. Leave them down in those comments. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!